Hello guys, my name is NaToSaphiX. Today we have another video, and this time it is yet another video in collaboration with Play.gg. Today we'll be taking a look at the evolution of Shuvo. We've picked out a demo from 2019 and we're comparing it to his 2022 self. Enjoy. Our demo from 2019 is at the European minor for Katowice, the game that would make Shuvo qualify for his first ever major if he wins it. Shuvo's decision making has always been top notch, and we see it here again. When the smokes come in, he drops his molo at 30 seconds, which is super strong. Instead of over peeking, he's waiting it out, and when the T's start moving, he decides to peek. On this contact, he falls back and hits a nice flash on the fly, but instead of tucking in and just buying time for his team, he decides to peek with NBK from stairs and gets punished for it. There were honestly not a whole lot of standout rounds in the 2019 demo, even though Shuvo had a pretty good performance around a 1.3 rating. Mainly the things that I'll be bringing up are sort of negative, like in this pistol round, where if you compare this pistol round to the next one I'm going to show you, you will see a Shuvo who is much more nervous and it seems like he's a little bit scared to take a fight. The pistol round here, Shuvo is creating the space and then eventually they're going to take over the jungle area. In the late round, Shuvo is going to get the kill on the con player and he will be picking up a knife kill on the diffuser. But if you look at sort of his body language and his crosshair placement and how he sort of seems a little timid in this pistol round, you can really tell the nerves getting to Shuvo, even though he's probably one of the players who's the least affected by it. If you compare this to the 2022 Pro League Grand Final against Liquid, you will see a Shuvo who is much more dominant in his just body language. He's ready to take any fight and he definitely looks and feels like the best player on the server. Another funny comparison I'd like to make is notice Shuvo's crosshair here following the pipe up to the top. In a technical timeout in the Liquid game, his crosshair is doing the exact same thing. I have compiled 3 different clips here where you can definitely see we're looking at a younger Shuvo. I think Shuvo's biggest strength is that it seems like his read of the game is almost perfect and he just never gets caught out. But here in round 5 he does get caught out by Cadian in an unsuspected position. And then in round 8, instead of actually clearing anything on B, he's almost running out with the bomb in his hands and almost goes down for it as well. He does take out AZ, but then later in the same round he does not expect the players up close on short. And then in round 10, I mean, this one I guess you can't really fault him too much. He gets a very nice opening kill towards Ticket through sort of the edge of the smoke. And then when they get these 2 kills, they assume the A player is dead, the AWP is dead, but they forget to check their corners, and Valde, lurking in the shadows, literally, will be taking 2 and a 3rd. Now, compare those 3 rounds with this one, 16-16 on the board, and Shuvo uses his movement to bait out the short player, somehow trades favorably in terms of damage, and turns his back on the immediate threat, which in this case would be short. Afterwards, he jumps into the window, and to make sure that no one's lurking in the shadows this time, he checks his corners, holds the rotation, gets gifted a kill off of it, and goes through the smoke to help his team. And there are honestly many of these rounds where it seems like someone has handed Shuvo a map of all the players' position. If anyone could be the Hans Niemann of CSGO, it would be Shuvo. We might need better testing at events, as something funky is clearly telling this guy where everyone is. Going back to being serious, it's clear how this guy just has an outrageously good mind for Counter-Strike, and it's always interesting when watching Shuvo to see which peaks and which fights he's willing to take and which fights he's willing to dodge. I have one last clip from the 2019 demo, and it's this one where he's basically eco-bashing against North. He gets a bunch of damage and a couple of kills, takes out his pistol, but now when he could have just rushed this low HP player down, we see very mature decision making coming in from Shuvo, who decides to play around his teammate and actually allows Gade to pick up the AK that was dropped on bench as a sort of trade-off for them having the possibility of playing the round out together. It is sort of a risk-reward because Gade picking up this AK could still win him the round with 10 HP, but Shuvo and NBK decide to just play this round together, and I do think it is the better decision in this case. The biggest difference between 2019 and 2022 is how Vitality have decided to use Shuvo. Back in 2019 he was still the new kid on the block and he had to prove himself, but here in 2022 he is the star player being boosted with the dual Berettas on the B bomb side. In round 2 against Liquid, Shuvo is just casually holding his crosshair, and just before the run boost comes in, he starts practicing the flick he needs to hit if the run boost comes in. This guy is just something else, and he's just straight up superhuman. One of the most soothing aspects of watching a Shuvo demo is how he manages to make the hardest rounds look completely easy. This round is a 1 versus 3 where he quickly gets on top of the ticket booth, gets 1 kill onto OC, spams Nitro down through the smoke, fakes the defuse, takes a good angle onto Nef, and finishes him off with ease. Here is another superhuman clip from Shuvo. He pushes through his con smoke to peek underground, and even though Elise is trying with flashes and all the likes, he is still going to be taken down. Shuvo is then going to make his way over to the B-bomb site where he's going to use his utility well. He's going to get a kill, but look at this shot he hits on Nef, who is on the retreat. It just does not make sense. Shuvo has almost always seemed a little bit too smart for his years, but it's clear to see he's still improving, like in this round where he uses the box to try and dodge the flash. Unfortunately he misses the timing, but he's still going to get 2 kills before Nef hits a cracking shot. In this demo from 2022 against Liquid, there was just so many rounds that seemed impossible, but because it was Shuvo, I was expecting him to win it. In this 2 versus 2, very soon to be 1 versus 2, Shuvo is alone against 2 players with nothing but a Deagle and a Dream. He's in a very uncomfortable spot when Nav spots him out, but he does take him down, and you just have a feeling he's going to hit this 1D. I also wanted to include this 1-on-2 clutch from Shuvo. It's one of those where if he hits the shot, he wins it. If he misses, he loses it. To win these rounds, you really need to be ice cold and not be too affected by the pressure. As with most superstar players, they tend to step up when the team needs them the most. And here at 14-14, Vitality need a hero. Shuvo is going to step up to the plate and be the hero today for Vitality as he takes 2 kills and even Nitro through the smoke. There were just so many rounds in this demo where it was just clear that Shuvo just was better. In this one he takes a unexpected position and 1-taps down Yikindar. Then in this 1-on-1 versus Nitro, it's pretty uncomfortable for both players, but Shuvo uses his movement very well. And even though Nitro has the superior weaponry, it just always seems like Shuvo is going to be the one winning this duo. There was no slowing down the brakes on the Shuvo train. In fact, it only got faster as we made our way into overtime. In this round, deep in the second overtime, we see Shuvo picking up 2 kills right after each other. And then later on in the same round, he obviously is going to take down Nav through the wall as well. I will leave you with this round, which I think is the perfect Shuvo round to show. In this round, he gets a kill on the B-bomb site, and he's basically fighting everyone here by his lonesome. When he falls back, Liquid know it and they hear him running all the way from underground. But look how much respect Liquid are giving him here. Instead of peeking him, they are so insanely afraid and they allow Shuvo to get up onto the A-bomb site. This last sequence, I will let you enjoy it in peace. For now, I will thank you so much for watching the video and I hope you did enjoy it.